'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la la la. Never mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final episode of 2020 of Under the Middle Rope. I'm your host, Jose Tabuada, and not the final episode of Under the Middle Rope. No, the final episode of the year, as we are taking a 2-week break for the holiday season. But yeah, it is time to say goodbye to 2020. Let's face it, it's been a crazy year for everybody. This pandemic has affected everybody in some shape or form, and I hope that here at Under the Middle Rope, we were able to put some sort of smile on your face, some sort of entertainment for you guys, and give our crazy, or sometimes maybe not crazy, wrestling takes that happened in the year. And you know, there was a lot of bad, there was a lot of good, as you've heard in the last 2 episodes. But this episode, to close out our year, it's about the podcast itself, because it's been such a wild ride since bringing this back from college, and I love doing it in college, and to do now essentially a proper full year, or somewhat a proper full year, has been incredible. And so this episode, we're going to turn back the clock a little bit and review some of our favorite moments of this podcast. So for the next hour, we're going to be looking at the moments that made us smile, the moments that we thought brought good conversation throughout the year. So you're going to be watching and listening some of our favorite moments as the year went by. So there's lots to talk to. There's lots to get ahead on. So the only thing that I can say is just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Farewell, 2020. It feels so good to say that it's great to podcast again. It is so good to be behind the mic and talk again. Welcome to the debut episode of Under the Middle Rope. I'm your host, Jose Tabuada, and believe me, this was something that I've been dying to do for a long time, and I'm gonna get into that, what happened, but this is great. This is so good to finally be doing this again and talk about what I love most, and that's wrestling. That's what this is, a wrestling podcast. Like I said, welcome to Under the Middle Rope. I'm your host, Jose Tabuada. This has been in the works for a long time. And this was something I've been dying to do since the last, quote-unquote, After the Count episode. And yes, this is formerly known as After the Count. And that's the first thing we're going to talk about right off the gate. What happened after the count? From name to us, the group that I was podcasting with. Brave with me here. This is a story. So first of all, the name change. That's the first thing I'm gonna discuss, because After the Count was a solid name. A lot of people that I've heard me podcast in the past, a lot of friends, family, they all thought that After the Count was an amazing name, and it rightfully was, because after the 3 count, after the referee hits 3, boom, you discuss what happened. It made sense. Given my 3-year absence from the podcasting world, WWE decided to have a podcast of their own called After the Bell. And that sucked. And so one of the things I was discussing as I was making new logos, getting everything set up on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, the one thing I realized, I'm like, in the quote-unquote off chance, and I mean off chance that I go mainstream. Let's get this straight. I don't know if I will. Not that I care. This is essentially the equivalent of your mother's basement's podcast. I'm in my room podcasting. If you're watching this on video, that's okay, because it's called The Platform. In our very first predictions episode, which was for WrestleMania back in April with really bad audio, one of our guests, Nick Charlick, as he's talking with us, receives a nice little surprise that makes us all smile.
I'm still shocked that we didn't get Scott Hall with a cattle prod.
You and the cattle prod are just so important here, and we have a kid on Under the Middle Rope, ladies and gentlemen. For those that don't know, Nick is a family man, and there's his.
Oh, he's trying to RKO you, but he's doing it backwards.
He's already.
Say hello.
Hi.
Counted.
That's Oliver. Hello.
Hi, Oliver.
Do you want me to switch out and put him on? No.
This is the benefit.
Got a lot better points.
Let's.
Bye.
See you later, mate. Night.
If you're listening to this on Spotify, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, get on YouTube right now and you just witness how cute that was.
Special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Special guest.
Nick, he's still gonna kill you.
Yeah, he's gonna.
My back is hurting a little bit. I think he's got something sharp in there.
He's aiming.
In our 6th episode called Cash in Glory, which was the first Patron of the Month episode, I try to keep my composure as Wolf reveals his favorite cash-in that to this day I still don't understand.
Let me talk here, because when Wolf gave me his top 5, Wolf likes to joke around a lot. Wolf is a big joker. Sometimes when you think he's serious, that he's not. You know, sometimes he pretend, hey, you're not my best friend anymore. No, you really are his best friend. Or sometimes he'll get mad that you don't like his stuff. That's okay, because people have opinions. However, this opinion is probably one of the weirdest ones I think I've ever heard. So, you finished drinking your water, you finished chewing, you're smiling. Wolf, what is your number 1 cash-in of all time?
Okay. An important thing to know about me is that I hate routine.
Okay.
So
that's true.
I'm just not a huge fan of like doing things the same way over and over and over again. Like eventually you get tired of like the same old cash-ins. Like, oh, the champion's down. Oh, there's the music. We're going to cash in. We're going to have a new champion. You know, it works. It's great. It's a great pop in the moment, but it gets old. It gets really old. So had it been an actual cash-in, my number 1 here would be different. It would be Braun Strowman at SummerSlam 2018.
Oh, wow.
Because he comes out before the match and says, I'm not going to sneak up on any of you. I'm just going to tell you right now, once you're done, I'm cashing in. And I'm like, okay, that breaks the formula. That's different. I love that. Unfortunately, that was not an actual cash-in. I mean, he did do that, but Rob Van Dam did that, like, too. But anyway, my favorite cash-in, no matter how much I don't like this wrestler,
oh, sweet Jesus,
is Baron Corbin on SmackDown in 2017. Because we were all, I think Jinder Mahal's title reign was not something we all really enjoyed. I mean, it had its moments.
Yeah.
But we all like assumed, he's cashing in. It's over. We're going to do this. Yep. Okay. We're having a new champion. There's probably going to be a fatal 4-way on Sunday at SummerSlam. All right. Whatever. Wait. What? Cena, what are you doing? What's going on? What? What? Oh my God. He cashes in and loses the briefcase. And it's not like one of those Damien Sandow or John Cena things where you cash in, you have the match and you lose. It was like, you had the chance to sneak attack this dude that just had a match, and you lost. Oh my God.
Yep.
It defied convention. It's an insanely stupid decision, because why bother giving him the case in the first place if you're not going to do anything with him? But I just loved how different it was. It subverted our expectations. We were all like dreading the concept of a Baron Corbin WWE title run, and we thought, he has the case. It's going to happen. We might as well get used to it. And then all of a sudden, whoop! Let's pull the rug up. Charlie Brown with the football. Oh my God. This was amazing. It was hilarious. And it's everything I want in subverting expectations. I love, this is my favorite moment. It's my favorite Money in the Bank moment.
As we were discussing the greatest wrestling match ever in episode 13, Backlash Fallout, Wolf says the one thing he knew would trigger me, which makes me go completely off the rails. Thanks, Wolf. Is anybody really saying it is the greatest wrestling match ever?
The way of phrasing it, though, is if somebody did, I wouldn't call them stupid. And before this match happened, if someone had actually legitimately called it that, I would have expected to think they were an idiot. But I would not be that upset if this was legitimately their favorite or best match in their opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, a favorite, or I think favorite is one thing, but again, like kind of like to Wolf's point, the greatest ever. You know, when you compare it to stuff like Okada Omega, to run down the list that I ran down last week.
Andre Hogan.
What?
I hadn't said anything funny in a while. Give me that.
At the time, man. At the time, man.
Not at the time.
It was the thing, man.
Even at the time,
hey, man,
you had Steamboat and Flair on that.
Exactly.
On that same show.
I'm gonna say this, right? You triggered me here. I'm gonna quickly go off tangent for 1 second.
I don't disagree with anything he's about to say, folks.
No. Look. I'm just gonna say this, right? Because I just want to say this because you brought that up. If anybody in the world thinks that is the greatest WrestleMania main event match ever, they need to get themselves checked out for God knows what. Because there are a lot of like
especially the old timers, think that is legitimately the best WrestleMania main event ever just because of a slam. And it's not, people. Let's get it. Sure, big moment. No. Shut up. Sorry. Pete, let's go with the only back.
Oh, that was worth it.
As we were making our predictions for the Wyatt Swamp fight in episode 16, Extreme Rules Predictions, Pete shares his over-the-top expectations while Wolf rants on what he thought this match should have been.
He needs to win in order to actually earn himself that title match as the Fiend.
Pete.
Yeah, so I think there's about 3 ways this can go. It could go very much like good in terms of it could be the Firefly Funhouse match, but with Braun, and they relive their history together, and it's weird segments, it's weird takes, and go back through it, and they do that type of match, and that would be excellent. I think the more likely is it's going to be a House of Horrors match, and it's going to be dreadful, and it's going to be overproduced terribleness. But like I said, keep an open mind, it might not be that. I am going with Bray, purely because the Universal title is not on the line, and I think it's going to be one of these weird scenarios, and they don't want Braun to drop the Universal title in one of those weird scenarios. So they've gone, we want Bray to win, we don't want Braun to lose the title, we'll just make it a non-title match because it's going to be weird, and it's going to be a weird way to do it. The way I hope it goes is we're just going to get a recreation of the Princess Bride and the Fire Swamp, and they're going to have to battle through some fire spurts, the lightning sand, and they're going to have to pull the way out, and then suddenly we're going to get some ROUSs coming through, and just go, oh my god, what's that giant rat? That's an ROUS. It's a rodent of unusual size. Pull them through. And they're going to have to team up together to fight off the rodents of unusual size, and they're going to bring back the Wyatt family in a one-off where they have to fight off the deadly rats in a surge to get out of the swamp, and then at the last minute, Shrek's going to walk in and go, "Get out of my swamp!"
I knew Shrek was going to make a cameo here. Like I knew an appearance was going to come in.
Yeah, so that's what I want. I want the Princess Bride, like basically recreation, and then basically Braun walks off with Bray in his loving arms together to go and get married.
Oh,
sorted.
We have gone off the rails here at the podcast. We have all.
That's all I can make of this match.
Gone off the rails. Wolf?
Well, now I have to tear up my notes because Pete took everything I was going to say.
I had the Princess Bride.
Damn it. All right, fine. I'm going to improv here. I know I have a reputation for saying stupid things about Braun Strowman matches before they happen. And goddamn, I know this is going to sound like one of the stupidest yet, and that says something. But if you're calling something the horror show at Extreme Rules, why wouldn't you make it a House of Horrors match, especially if it's Bray Wyatt's specialty? You know, the horror. Horror. Why wouldn't you do a House of Horrors at the horror show? My God, that just...
It's terrible.
Oh, and this is going to be the Citizen Kane of cinematic matches. Please tell me that after Braun Strowman. Please tell me that after Braun Strowman does a running power slam on an alligator. No, okay.
I'm down to see that though.
Bray Wyatt's
that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That
would. In episode 18, Lights Camera Wrestle, RJ, Wolf, and I sat down to discuss what we thought would make out to be great cinematic matches. In the first of 2 clips from this episode, Wolf shows off his creative side yet again for a matchup between Seth Rollins and Aleister Black inside a church.
Gentlemen, thoughts on Black and Rollins in a church? Wolf?
Well, I absolutely want it to be like the Colin Firth scene in Kingsman, where he just goes on a 5-minute long rampage, all in one single shot set to the song Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd. But just now, I have a vision of how I want the match to end.
I'm ready for this. I'm all ears.
Bring it on. Let's see what you say.
This is a Wolf match.
So Black is on the ground, like maybe in a pew or something. Rollins is standing over him, maybe about to like deliver the stomp. And then all of a sudden you see a basket come in, and like, you know, a collection basket, and you hear "Peace be with you," and it's full of eyes. The basket's full of eyes, and then the camera pulls up, and there's Rey Mysterio, and he goes hog wild on Seth, 619s him, and then him and Aleister just put him inside the confessional booth and kick it over and win.
Not even 5 minutes into the discussion, and
I just want that phrase. Peace be with you.
RJ? RJ's done for.
Yeah, what Wolf said, really. That's kind of all I want now.
In the second clip of episode 18, we went to the land of AEW and made a match between Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes inside an amusement park. However, if you thought this was going to be a normal conversation or a normal cinematic match, guess again.
I want you to read the notes.
Okay. All right, you want me to
And I'll correct you if you're wrong. I'm just going to sit here and just I want to hear my words through somebody else.
So we were brainstorming this, and then we said, okay, why don't we put them in an amusement park? An amusement park such as Six Flags, as America's famously known for, or here in Canada, Canada's Wonderland. So the match starts in a Six Flags. They go around, and then they start at the merry-go-round, wrestling there, doing some moves on the horses and whatnot. And then their fight leads them accidentally to a roller coaster. They get on a roller coaster. They somehow end up on a roller coaster. They get into the train. They get into the little cart, and they start riding off. And then when they get to the top of the peak before the big drop, Kenny somehow positions Cody in a one-winged angel.
Okay.
And just before he hits the one-winged angel is when the coaster starts dropping. So you don't even know if he completes the one-winged angel because they're going down dying. When they get to the end of the ride, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick, are waiting for Cody because when the car comes into the station, that's where he gets super kicked. And then that's where Kenny pins Cody in the cart to win the cinematic amusement park match. I mean, first of all, I'm happy we went with this cinematic with this amusement park approach because we set amusement park for Shane to jump off a Ferris wheel. Shane McMahon, maybe not.
We just couldn't figure out who he would be facing. Yeah, and then we just decided, no, we don't want to see another Shane match.
No, I don't. I wouldn't mind seeing another Shane. I love Shane.
Only if Shane's jumping off of Ferris wheels.
Exactly. We just need to figure out who he was jumping onto. Or, maybe not jumping on because don't need that Vince out of the way. Or Vince, who's done it before. Not off a Ferris wheel, but he's, So, RJ, your thoughts on one? Yeah, go ahead. Go.
So, when they come through, to the end of the ride, are the Young Bucks just waiting there with super kicks and then they just decapitate her?
I love that you go with. I love that that's your question and not how do they not die when they're standing in a roller coaster at the top of a hill that suddenly goes down? Because I think Michael Bay wouldn't even try something like that.
I just kind of, I just kind of went with it at that point. It's okay, well, that's a little, but that's plausible. Sure, just get some
plausible.
Get some
you need
camera
stunt
work.
harnesses, CGI to take out the wires. This is a Jackie Chan movie.
But why stop there? Let's move on to the bungee jumping ride. The two of them can be up there strapped together, throwing punches as they're trying to go down back and forth.
Kenny in one of the swings,
they get on the big swing set ride, or they go around. They're trying to swing their swing to kick each other. And
for the record, Wolf, I know where RJ's going with this. RJ's bringing up a lot of rides at Canada's Wonderland Land, like Extreme Skyflyer. There was a new one that the introducers were it's in a chair, but you're suspended so high up in the air, swinging around.
And there's one where you can swing yourself and do flips on your little airplane thing now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So you can do that, and you can go to the games too, right? The squirting, the water gun game. He could hit him up to the thing and just start, or get a funnel cake and just right in the face. Oh, there's comedy gold at the amusement park.
Okay, wait. I think I know where you're going with this. Just a montage of different fights on different rides, but somewhere towards the end, or in the middle, I just want a shot of them both in their bathing suits in a lazy river floating by. Cody's drinking a beer, Kenny's drinking some milk, and maybe a referee swims up and is drunk, Okay, guys. Break's over. All right.
A lazy river. I didn't even think of that part. That'd be beautiful.
I just want a shot of them in a lazy river, like, oh yeah, Pharaoh's fine. We have him on this new diet. Oh, that's pretty cool. I missed him. I'm glad we take time to do this.
Hey, did you get a chance to ride that one over there? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Wait, Jose left out the best part of the roller coaster.
That's all I have here. What else did you say?
As Kenny walks out of the ride after he wins, he goes through the gift shop. And he sees the screen where they show the pictures like that they take on the ride, and like on the screen is just a picture of him with Cody and the One-Winged Angel, and they're both smiling at the camera, too sweeting. And then he's like, "I'll take an 8x10 and 4 wallets." and then like on the next screen, it just shows like Orange Cassidy like on the ride after them, like.
Remember Raw Underground? Yeah, that was a thing. Back in August during episode 19, Fight Club, RJ and I sat down to discuss who we thought would look good for Raw Underground. Of course, all that talk made me realize I missed the big dog. I think of people even that have passed on, Umaga and Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, Umaga. Oh yeah, he was such a great athlete for some reason.
He was like a beast, and like again,
I was terrified of him too. Just absolutely
horrified. Absolutely horrified. You're like,
what he made a thumb to the throat. It looked so vicious, which it would be. I mean, why is that a finisher? But he just made it so like dangerous looking.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I mean, it's funny how he went from like the 3-minute warning character to that, and rest his soul. I think it's a talent that's just gone so soon. What was it, like car conditions or something like that? Just something internal. And so I was thinking of Eddie today because of our next segment. That's the next thing that we're gonna quickly talk about. I was just thinking of Eddie. I think of Eddie a lot, and I think Eddie, because like he, especially in his last year, like that big tough role, I think he'd be perfect for Underground.
And one name that we haven't mentioned yet, I think Roman would thrive here.
Yes, my big oooh-ahh. Oh my god, why am I saying my big oooh-ahh? The guy. He's
my big oooh-ahh. Oh, you call him when you're not talking to people?
No, I don't. No, it just came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry. Look, I do miss the guy. Like I do. For all the help that I've given him.
I'm even starting to, and I'm not a fan.
Episode 21 was the debut of a lot of things. It was the debut of new graphics, the debut of Zachary Kirshner, and for Pete, it was the debut of a poker chip, or as we now know it as, the power of the coin, where he left it up to fate to give his predictions for SummerSlam. Pete.
Yeah, I'm going to just say something quite fun here. I don't know what any of my predictions tonight are going to be yet. I've decided that my competition isn't very good, so if I'm going to be the first 3-time champion, I'm going to do it all by pure luck. So I am going to be taking this coin, which is a poker chip from the World Series of Poker.
Oh, nice.
$500 poker chip, probably.
Oh, really?
It's my lucky coin. I am going to be flipping it on every single result, and I'm going to be going with that result. And I'm going to be justifying it and defending it. So I am going to just see how I do. And I just want to see how embarrassed these guys are if they lose to a coin. That is my ultimate thing. So I'm going to go with the 500 being Mandy, the poker side being Sonia, and it is Mandy Rose. You can see that as a 500. So I'm going to go with Mandy Rose. That's the only. Actually, I am quite glad about that one. That was the only one I was fairly confident.
When we gave our predictions for Hell in a Cell in episode 29, as the conversation of Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso inside Hell in a Cell was underway, Pete made a great point about Roman's choice of words for the match.
But Roman still lied to me. Roman claimed that this match will have higher stakes than any other in WWE history. He has lied there. These are the same stakes as almost every other match in WWE history. There is one title on the line. That's the only stakes. Like, ignore the stipulation. That is the stakes for this match, is a title belt. It's not like there's not a career on the line. It's not like if Jey loses
against Dominic.
Yeah, it's not a custody.
I would say that is the highest stakes in the history.
Exactly.
The custody of a child.
Yeah, it could have been if Jey loses, Jey and Jimmy get kicked out with the family. That could have been higher stakes. We could have had if Jey loses, Jimmy gets executed. That could have been higher stakes. Like, we had a career versus streak match. How is that not higher stakes than Roman versus Jey Uso for one belt?
If Jay loses, he must be sent to the gallows. Oh God.
We've had
the Shadow Realm.
We've had double belts on the line before. We've had 2 belts on the line. That's bigger stakes. And yes, make this a shadow match. I'm down for it. Make it a shadow realm.
Shadow Realm. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
Have any of you ever seen the abridged series? Like the Yu-Gi-Oh! The abridged series YouTube.
No,
It's just a guy who takes the absolute piss out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes. It's beautiful. It's just a redone Yu-Gi-Oh! But utter stupidity. It's just I play a card now. I play a card now. I play a card now. I play your mother.
The Shadow Realm. Oh my God.
It is a Shadow Realm.
I mean, we're talking high stakes.
Kill the
here.
guy.
Go on, Pete. Go on.
The Shadow Realm. I'm so down for this to be a shadow duel now.
Shadow game or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So apparently the stakes are super high for this, but they're literally
That's a
not.
gimmick pay-per-view I would be cool with.
The Shadow Realm.
WWE Shadow Realm.
WWE presents the Shadow Realm.
In this never-before-seen footage that was originally a Patreon exclusive, after we taped our Hell in a Cell Fallout, RJ and Pete stayed back to react to Chris Jericho and MJF's Dinner Debonair. Today's Patreon exclusive is on, for some odd reason, but it ended up being a very controversial segment last week on AEW Dynamite. I know we don't do enough
controversial. Who didn't love this?
Well, of course, if you know, we're talking about
people.
We're talking about the Dinner Debonair, MJF, Chris Jericho. They were just doing a random musical on AEW last week because they're teasing the potential involvement of MJF to the Inner Circle, or joining the Inner Circle, I should say. It's the reason why I say controversial is because people are legitimately pissed that this was a thing in wrestling. I don't know why. Pete doesn't know why. RJ sure as hell doesn't know why. I have my thoughts. I can probably say that till the end. So, Pete, let's start with you. If you're finished drinking, we can start with you on.
This is like one time in wrestling that I don't need to drink to enjoy it. It's weird. I'm not used to that. This was absolutely magnificent. Magnificent. That's the best word I can describe it with. Oh, I absolutely loved it. Loved every second of it. And for anyone who's basically like, this segment doesn't work, have you seen the type of shit we get on like a weekly basis in wrestling? We get like talk show segments. We get random party balloons. Lucha House Party come out of inflatables, for God's sake. It only works with certain characters, and it only works if it seems like almost genuine. And these two are like two of the only people I think it could have worked with. And they executed it beautifully. Absolutely. And speaking of one, MGF. Whoo,
right?
Lovely.
I wanted to bring that up. That dude's got pipes, man. Like that dude can go. Like that, he's a better singer than Jericho, who's apparently this lead singer of the band. So I mean, like,
yeah, Jericho's actually not that good of a singer. But,
horrible.
But MGF, whoo, lovely pipes.
I remember I messaged Jose and I'm like, man, you have to watch this. And then you're like, have you seen his like acapella videos from high school? And I went down this like gold mine of his acapella videos, and I'm like,
it's a great.
Man, this guy's legit. Like, this guy's legit.
He's like a lead in a choir and stuff as well, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of want to touch up on Pete's point on why people are saying, like, why people are mad. It's because they say like it doesn't make sense. It's not wrestling. And what I've noticed, and I'm gonna hold.
Is wrestling?
That was the one point I was gonna make. That's one. That's one point. But where are these complaints for the most part when there's something dumb in WWE? Specifically,
they
to be honest, I would go the other way, and everyone goes, "Oh, how would people react if this happened in WWE?" The answer is this wouldn't happen in WWE, because to do it in WWE, they would have said, "Oh, we want to do these jokes, we want to do this thing going back in the segment, we want to like do this song." Then they go to writer 1, writer 2, writer 3, writer 4, all the way through writer 18, up to Vince, and by the time it's done, it'll be someone sticking a giant needle up his arse. So That's why this wouldn't happen in WWE. But this could have. And if this had been, say, Jericho and Kevin Owens during their run when they were,
it would have
doing
been praised.
friendship.
I think so too.
If
I
this
think it
was
would have
in
been
the
praised.
middle of the festival of friendship, everyone would be going nuts about it. Everyone would love it if it happened in that type of thing. Like a festival of friendship's like bollocks in itself. It's that type of thing. And I love festival of friendship. I love the stuff with Jericho and Owens. I'm loving the stuff with Jericho and MJF.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that as for the most part, anything that Jericho touches is gold. The guy is Jesus Christ. The guy Pete's still drinking. If you're actually no, you can only access this through YouTube.
He's making me want to go get a beer or something.
I know, seriously. I actually got a bottle of Jose Cuervo in my liquor cabinet. That's all for me.
Oh.
I got it as a gift. No, but like I'm just amazed of the people complaining. I was like, really, guys? Like, you guys are gonna get so worked up about such a segment that's getting hype? You know, this is how. See, like, I mean, when it comes to wrestling, I try to see how should I rate this? What kind of platform should I put it on? And it put me on such a high platform. Like, it got me so thinking about it so much because I went to work the next day. And I'm starting my morning. It was the first day back from a week off. And now my supervisor messaged me, "Hey, Jose, does this look important to you for the wrestling feed? Because I have to look over a wrestling feed." And he sends me the MJF Chris Jericho clip. And by the time he sent that to me, I've already seen in our group chats that people were already having a big debate about it, discussing it. And I think RJ sent to me after, "Hey, Jose, did you watch this?" So I'm like, okay, if my supervisor's sending me this, then this has to be a big talking point. Saw the segment and I'm like, oh my God. And my supervisor's like, yeah, that should go in the wrestling feed. And my supervisor normally wants me to be very picky and selective about the wrestling feed. So if he wants that in there, that says a whole lot. And I'm like, guys, like AEW just did its job. If a non-wrestling fan finds it and says, hey, why is this popping up and how soon can we throw it into the feed? I'm like, that just
this stole 2020.
Yeah.
To me,
it was incredible.
To me, from my perspective, from my point of view, to me, that's it. If I have my supervisor commenting on that, then this is whether it's a good or bad talking point, it's a talking point. And in this case, he thought he enjoyed it. So I'm like, I'm sold. I'm sold.
So we're all on board for the musical episode of AEW Dynamite now, right?
Oh, it has to happen.
Yeah, like 100%. Like I've already got like the songs list out. We need Cody to do My Way, 100%. I've said I need the Dark Order to do The Longest Time by Billy Joel. Beautiful song in rhythm with them all clicking in the background as he tries to serenade. I want Darby Allin to do Hurt by Johnny Cash. Perfect. And I'd said I want Kenny Omega and the Bucks to do like When You're a Jet from West Side Story, but When You're Elite. Nice. So like, when you're elite from your first match to your final defeat. Something like that. That's all I need. I need just them doing that. I just want all of these songs. I want a musical episode of Dynamite. Throw that my way, and I am 100% on board. I've watched this MJF thing about 10 times now. I think
great. It's really funny.
I've seen reactions to it. I've seen everyone's things. It's just beautiful.
I mean, I will say that, like, you know, this segment just kind of just proves that Chris Jericho just gets a lot of editing done in the voice when he's making his albums. He gets a ton of work done for his voice. Just I'm like, dude, Jericho.
Like MJF, he stole the show almost. Like
he was great.
Jericho like started singing. I'm like, okay, like this is whatever. And MJ, like he gets like the like Michael Bublé like the like Frank Sinatra, and he just like, I'm like, damn, like, this is good. And the whole thing was good too. Like starting from when they sit down on the steak, it's like, I'll get mine well done. And it's like, well, and then it's like, I'll get mine blue. And then afterwards, they're like, we're gonna have to send these back.
Honestly,
I thought it was great.
I can't believe they didn't do. And when they got the steak, I literally thought they were going to do it, and I thought they were going to go, "This is horrible. It's absolutely unpalatable. It's just disgraceful." And then both news and just go, "It's raw." And they just then do the call of a Velma. And I just thought that joke was coming just to say, "It's raw. It's horrible." I was like, "Nope, it didn't happen." I don't know whether it's a good or bad thing, but it was just a cheap shot, almost just sat there, like looking you in the face.
Yeah,
you know. But at the end, go on, Trey, go on.
I was gonna say this whole thing too. It I don't know if it was just like if it was on purpose or it was just happened to air 2 days after an Elias concert on Raw. Like it felt like a shot at him. It totally felt like a shot at him, in my opinion. And like I remember I said last week I kind of liked the Elias because I didn't take it that seriously. I think wrestling's fun when sometimes you don't take yourself seriously incredibly. Like I'm here to have fun. Everything I'm here to watch to have fun. This segment was so much fun. And like I don't get to watch AEW on Wednesday nights as much as I'd like to. Same with NXT. Like Wednesdays are just like not super open for me. But I just happened to get to watch this episode of Dynamite, and as soon as I turn the TV on, they're sitting down for this steak dinner, and I'm like, oh, I like both these guys. Like, I'm gonna watch this segment, and I was blown away. Like, I was blown away at how good this was, and the fact that I was able to watch it live. Yeah, and then I watched the rest of the show, obviously, and it was fantastic. And it's gonna get me to tune in again tomorrow night. So this segment did its job 100% because I'm now making a point to watch tomorrow night when I usually just watch Dynamite when I'm available.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have Full Gear coming up. It's not that far off. And of course, I mean, I will say now for patrons that we're only going to be doing the Fallout for that in a couple weeks, just because there's going to be way too many predictions as a preview for the upcoming month of November. But I think at the end of the day, I just sometimes I just feel like there are worse segments to get worked up about and riled up about. I know I have in the past with certain segments.
There's worse segments on AEW to get riled up about.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at the feedback, and I can't say for people to not react and not freak out, because again, I freaked out over stuff too. I mean, I still feel like I'm ranting about the Lana Rusev angle wedding to this day of how terrible I was. You know, that's like my go-to. I'm like, guys, you complain about this, but you were completely curious to see what would have happened with this Liv situation in Lana. I'm like, it's just, I don't know. To me, just. I like again, like I'm
AEW does absolute crap. Like you can go back to things like the Nightmare Family, utter crap. Butcher Blade Bunny when they
it happens. Terrible. It's just
Matt Cardona, full stop. Just Matt Cardona, just terrible.
I'm just surprised.
AEW to get worked up about, and this.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, people have their preferences and people have their picks, their thoughts on like what they want to see in wrestling. But I think as well, I mean, like if there's is getting a lot of talk and a lot of praise, for the most part, wrestling, that's what you want. Like if you have people talking about it, they did their job. So
honestly, I'm just surprised we haven't had any kind of news about Jim Cornette being in a coma after this.
Maybe he already is in the coma. That's why we're not getting news.
I just can't believe we haven't seen anything about it.
In a true definition of going off topic, as RJ and I discussed the news of Netflix producing a documentary on Vince McMahon in episode 31, Front and Center, RJ speaks his mind on current WWE theme songs.
But like, and I know this is going off track a tad here, but because we're on this topic here, we need more wrestlers with like iconic theme songs like that.
I know.
You can actually like sing to or like have some sort of like chant. Because like so many generic nonsense themes have come out for like these new superstars these days, like that are just so bad.
I mean, like, you know, I mean, right now I feel like the only quote unquote iconic theme song that people were going along to with is Sami Zayn's. I think that's the only right now that's somewhat new. You can't even, and it's, I mean, these are songs you can't even really, you know, like sing along to, like No Chance or I'm a Real American, or like, I mean, like, you know, to me, I always found that I feel like I could get attacked by the NXT faithful, but when I hear people sing Aleister Black's theme, I'm like, what are you singing?
Yeah,
what are the words?
He's got a new theme now too.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, and now he's got a new one too. They don't even sing a lot. So I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, you're right. There are no good themes, and obviously, I mean, like, you know, Shawn Michaels, sexy boy. Yo,
yeah, I
think I'm cute, and I know I'm sexy. Like, throw me a bone here. Like, you don't. They never. Great. I got so excited. I accidentally ripped off the headphone port. But I just, I don't know. I mean, like, it's kind of sad that they fired Jim Johnson a little bit. I know we're going completely off topic because you bring up a great point. There are no themes today that just pop. I mean, like Keith Lee's was good, but
they changed that one.
That's gone. No, realistically,
like give me something I can like clap to or snap to or like just start bopping to. They got the New Day where they have the chant at the beginning. It's like don't you dare be sour. Like they got that one. At least they have some sort. They have some sort of entrance that at least is like that you can do something with. When Samoa Joe is wrestling, you got the Joe. But he's not wrestling right now either, so he's not even really a part of that.
Oh my goodness, do we really have no themes today that they just pop us like
can
crazy?
Just like sing. And I remember, I don't know, like there used to be the Burn It Down in Rollins, but I think they tossed that, didn't they? Like
yeah, of course, because they have the new like
he's got the new Monday Night
Angelic,
Messiah song.
yeah. I mean, Mysterio, any of the Mysterio, like Dominic Mysterio's theme is good, but it's not one that you can sing along in the crowd, you know, like.
And like you think of like I love a good entrance. Like the Undertaker's part of his icon is his entrance. So like I don't understand why they half-ass all these songs and like these days. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
If you're watching this, tweet us, Facebook, like leave a comment on YouTube. Hey, what are songs that get you pumped in today's WWE? They're not much. I mean, it's your opinion, but there ain't much, kids.
I don't even know what my favorite song is right now.
From today's WWE roster?
Who's got a good theme song?
I mean, even Sasha Banks, right? To have Snoop Dogg in there, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. Bailey's is like,
I do like Bailey's theme song.
Okay,
I do like Bailey's theme song, but it's not something I can like. I'm not gonna bop to it. I'd sing to it, but it's good for
honestly. In today's WWE. No, okay. You know, everybody knows I don't like Corbin on this podcast, but he does have a great theme.
Yeah, Baron Corbin.
It is a good theme. I'll give him that. But I mean, I don't even want to say Randy because he's not technically this era. He's just somebody that was carried over by like 85 eras and then come on to today.
How long has he had his current theme song for? He's had this one for a while.
Like mid 08, early 2009 is when that popped on. And just ended up sticking with him, which is a shame because the theme he had before, "Burning My Light," was an amazing.
I love that song, but he hated
was an
that song.
Amazing theme, and I'm like, you are a dick. Oh, he was.
He hated that song.
How dare you?
I know. I had that song on my iPod when I was in high school.
I still have it on my Spotify. I wish I had the WWE edit on Spotify, but it's just like the traditional one by who the hell sings that? I have no idea who sings it.
I don't know because the only reason I knew the song was Randy's theme song, but it was a great song.
Yeah, for the life of me, there's no theme right now that gets me like.
I like AJ's theme. I do like.
AJ's is good.
I sing AJ's theme. I'll sing AJ's theme. You don't want none. I like that. That's good.
That's true. But
that's it, really.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. Huh. Well, again, if you have any themes that are intriguing to you and that make you pop, like pop as in like, you know, like go crazy in the crowd, you know, no other kind of pop. This is PG. Yeah. But let us know.
I'm thinking like new themes. Like don't say Edge.
Yeah, I mean, Edge is like give us like current like new era roster like that involves, and by defining new era, this era, I mean Roman. Theme.
You got the Shield song?
Yeah, he still has that going.
Yeah,
but, I mean, like
he needs a new theme too. Like he needs to ditch that character completely. Like that doesn't fit him anymore.
I like the theme though.
I like the theme too. But like
shirt today.
I know, but I like the theme too. But why did he get to keep it over the other two? Like the other two got completely repackaged, and the Roman just stayed as like he kept the same character. He's got a completely new character now.
Yeah,
like, let's get him the new Tribal Chief theme song.
You're right.
And make it something badass that I want to like bop to when he comes out, and I'm like, this guy's about to kick some ass.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
When Joe comes out, that's what I feel. Is Joe's about to whip somebody's ass.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, like CFOs weren't like the best of the best. You know, I mean, like they're not like Jim Johnson style, right? But I mean, like now that they're gone, yeah, you miss their presence for sure. Like there's no, anyways. But yeah, let us know because that's good sidetrack there because that one you really had me think. No, seriously, you really had me thinking there. I'm like, who on earth has a theme that makes me go like, oh my god? And there's not much.
And that's the issue is nobody's even got a memorable theme right now. Like,
no,
I can't think of what does Cesaro's theme sound like? And I love Cesaro. Like, what is this theme music? I at least remember the annoying siren, but the siren's gone. I think now.
Yeah, it's gone.
So, I mean, like, anyway.
Nakamura Nakamura has a good theme.
He's got the guitar riff and whatever. That's pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I just needed to talk about that.
No. It's a great sidetrack. In our final memory, as we made our Survivor Series predictions in episode 33, we once again get a surprise visit from our favorite little man. Let's move on to the look who it is. Nicholas Oliver Charlick is back on the podcast. Oh, Nikki, Oliver. Oh,
night of all the returns.
Good night. Yeah, the coin comes back. Look at little Oliver. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
There he is. Good old Oliver Charlick. First appearance is WrestleMania, folks. He is not. Oh, that's adorable.
Is he taking Drew or Roman?
And that is the next match we're going to be talking about. It is the World Championship.
Oh, you just gave me an idea. Next predictions. I'm getting him to do my predictions.
You made it to the end of the episode. You made it to the end, and yep, that was our year. Lots of fun, and I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, the coin thing was just still to this day just crazy and wild. But that will put a bow in given the holiday spirit, a bow on our 2020 of Under the Middle Rope. And seriously, I said it last week at the closing. I'm going to say it again. It's been so great to do this, and really thank you to all of you, for those that have either seen full episodes or even seen a minute of it. That seriously goes a long way, and I don't know what 2021 is going to bring. I hope it brings us a lot more positivity in the world of WWE, whatever the case may be. But seriously, it's been so great, and of course, I just want to wish you all a happy holidays, and of course, me personally, for those that celebrate, and of course, I do want to share this joy when I say Merry Christmas to you all, because I know this is going to be just released just a few days before Christmas, and that's hence why I'm wearing the Go Jesus, it's your birthday Christmas sweater. But seriously, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you all, and of course, have a happy New Year. May 2021 ever be in your favor, and I hope it turns out really well for each and every one of you. And for the final time in 2020, that is that. Thank you so much for watching. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, available wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. I'm Jose Taboada. We will see you guys in 2021. Have a great one.